Hey guys, Lamfan82 here again today with episode 6 of Trading to Germany, the series in which I trade to a full German inform squad. As always, if you have missed any of the earlier episodes of this series or of Alphabetic Hybrids, feel free to check them out. I'll leave the link to the whole playlist down in the description below. So as always, I'll continue just answering the questions you left me in the comment sections on the earlier episodes, and I basically encourage you to put more questions down there, as I really enjoy answering them and it's a lot of fun to make these videos for you. So let's just continue with the questions where we left off. So the next one is going to be, who do you think could possibly be overpowered in the next FIFA game? Who has potential to be the next Maicon Leite? The first question, who is going to be overpowered in FIFA 13? Probably Joe Hart, David Luiz, Walker, Lennon Agbonlahor, Walcott, Young, Sturridge, Bent, and to sum that up, basically every Barclays Premier League player. I think that will basically happen in FIFA 13, that again the Barclays Premier League players will be highly overpowered, in my opinion at least. And the other part of the question was, who has potential to be the next Maicon Leite? So 5-star skills, high pace, and kind of like Giovanni in FIFA 11. And I'm not so sure about that because I actually don't know too much about the Brazilian league, so I don't know if there is any kind of lower rated player, because Maicon Leite is overall a silver player on at least this game. So I'm not so sure about that, so I might skip that question just now. The next one is going to be, what do you think of Bayer Leverkusen getting rid of René Adler and playing Bernd Leno instead? I think it's a great move, to be honest, because Bernd Leno is very young. He's a great talent and already basically on the bench or on the lookout for the German national squad, right, of course, after Manuel Neuer and Marc-André ter Stegen. He's a fantastic goalkeeper, in my opinion, at least in the games I watched him play. And René Adler is kind of over the zenith of his career, in my opinion. He now moved to Hamburg, which I'm not so sure about this move, to be quite honest, but Hamburg does a lot of weird stuff during the last couple of years concerning transfers. So I actually think it's a good move by Bayer Leverkusen to give Leno the chance to be the #1 goalkeeper for their squad. So the next question is, will you make a trading tutorial or have you already done one? I will definitely not do a trading tutorial for FIFA 12 now, as it's pretty much coming to a close. FIFA 13 will come in about a month and a few days, so it won't make too much sense. I actually didn't make a real tutorial. I think I just basically showed how I trade, and I think at the beginning of FIFA 12 I did a how I trade with silver players, like the open bids and stuff like that. So if you want to call it a tutorial, then I did a tutorial. If I want to do one for FIFA 13, I'm not so sure about that just now, but if I can work something out, I'll definitely do that, as I very much enjoy helping you guys out with trading, as I'm, to be quite honest, pretty good at it. At least in my opinion, I can trade to some coins if I want to. So the next question is, let me just see, what console do you play on the Xbox 360? How do you think Hazard will perform in the Barclays Premier League? I guess we will just have to see in the first couple of games how he adapts to the style of the Barclays Premier League with high pace. Physical attributes are very important in this league, and Hazard is not really the strongest player, at least in my opinion, so we will see how that works out. But he has got the pace, he's got the technique, so I'm excited to see him, to be quite honest, and he's definitely a improvement for the Chelsea squad, to say the least. So the next question is, who do you think will play right back for Bayern Munich in this season? And I'll guess it will just stay with Philipp Lahm, because, to be honest, Rafinha, first of all, is injured at the moment, and second of all, he didn't perform too well during the last season. He's okay going forward, but defensively he's just performed not horrible, but pretty badly for Bayern Munich, to say that. And Bayern Munich doesn't really need well, of course they need a right back that is good at going forward, but they really need a right back that is good going backwards as well, because their defense has always been kind of the weak point of this, or at least the weaker point of the squad. So I think Philipp Lahm will basically play the right back, even though I'd love to see him on the left side, but I think we got Contento there, then we got Alaba, of course, who is injured at the moment, which is very disappointing. I think he's a great talent, and he of course usually is a centre midfielder, but as a left back during the last season he played really well as such a young player, so I'd love to see him on the left hand side, which leaves the right back spot for Philipp Lahm. Next question is, what do you think about Mohamed Abdelaue? For those of you who don't know him, he's a Norwegian striker who plays for Hannover in the Bundesliga. What do I think about him? I think he's a great player. He played really well for Hannover during the last couple of seasons since he moved there from, I think, Vålerenga. Or I'm not so sure how to pronounce that, but I think that's something along the lines how you say it. He's a great player, and accompanying Yakonan, who's a great player as well. They really did some damage for Hannover, especially with the style Hannover plays with the counter-attacking and stuff like that. So in my opinion, he's a great player. Next question is, what happened to your manager mode series? I basically ended it, I think, after 5 or 6 episodes, simply because it got very low amounts of views. I didn't enjoy it too much to play the computer all the time, and I was getting more and more into Ultimate Team at that point, into squad builders, into trading and stuff like that. So I'm sorry for those of you who really enjoyed the manager mode series, but I'm not so sure if I will start one for FIFA 13. I might have to think about that, and of course in one of the upcoming videos in the next days I'll ask you, of course, what you want from me in FIFA 13. So next question is, who do you think will be the next Marco Reus, which means the best young player this upcoming Bundesliga season? And I think Marco Reus has once again the potential to do that, because he still is a talented player, he still is very young and not too experienced at better clubs like Dortmund. I watched the game Dortmund versus Bremen last night, and he performed exceptionally well, especially for the first game of a season. So I can't wait to see more of him in the upcoming basically season of the Bundesliga. Also, of course, Alaba is one player you always have to look forward to now. He, of course, had some great experiences already with Bayern, but he still is very young, and so he is one of the young players to look for in the Bundesliga, as, of course, Mario Götze and other players like that. Next question is, would you prefer to live near a city or out in the countryside? That's a really tough one, because countrysides have their advantages as well, you know, less crowded, less pollution, you know, whatever, nice nature to look at, stuff like that. But I think close to the city would be better, simply because you can access all the stuff like supermarkets, getting everything you need like clothes, and basically everything you need for your everyday life. So I think I would choose that over living on the countryside. Next question is, will you be buying the EA Sports season ticket? Absolutely not. I don't see too many advantages in that for buying it for real money, so I'm not going to do that. And I think that wraps up the episode just now. So I'll continue with the questions in the next episode, and please, as always, don't forget to leave more questions down in the comment section below for me to answer in the next upcoming episodes. So as always, thanks very much for watching this episode, guys. As always, a like is greatly appreciated if you did indeed enjoy this video. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Thanks again for watching, and peace.